Happy Friday, everybody. I look forward to seeing everybody on Zoom today. I'm looking forward to seeing all the work you guys have got done this week. I know you guys have been working hard. Past couple days it's got a little rainy, so you probably got a little more time inside to get that work done. Alright, I hope everyone is listening really well at home and following directions, trying to be as respectful as we can, showing that respect to our parents and whoever else is taking care of us, our older brothers and sisters, our grandmas and grandpas, anybody we're seeing who's helping take care of us, we got to show them respect, and I know you guys can do that. So I hope everyone is still doing well, and I can't wait to see you guys later today. Alright, here we go. Chapter 3 in the Hot Air Balloon Mystery. Too many questions. So the Aldens just got to the landing inn in Lloyd's Landing, and we're going to see what's going to happen here. When the Aldens came downstairs, Barbara met them in the entry hall. "Come into the parlor," she said, and led them into the room where the argument had taken place. Grandfather was already there. A table in the center of the room was set with juice, tea, coffee, and plates of pastries and bread. "Oh boy," Benny said, "does it smell good?" "It tastes good too," Grandfather reassured him. "Help yourselves," Barbara told them. They filled their plates and sat down. "Have you lived here long, Mrs. Moran?" Jessie asked politely. Barbara laughed. "Oh my, yes," she said. "All my life. I love this old town. Please call me Barbara." She seemed to relax for the first time since the Aldens' arrival. Barbara's grandparents and the Lloyds founded Lloyd's Landing, Grandfather explained. "Does Mary still live here?" he asked Barbara. "Mary?" she repeated, as though she'd never heard the name before. "Ah, yes, she's, still here?" Mary. That was the name of the woman Barbara had been arguing with. Benny poked Violet. She gave him a warning glance. "Mary who?" Benny asked. "Mary England," Grandfather answered. "She's the Lloyd's granddaughter. As I remember, she left town, wanted to see the world. But it wasn't long before she realized there was no place like home." "That's for sure," Benny said. He took his plate back to the table for seconds. Sky and Matt came in. Sky looked surprised and happy. "You made it," she said. Benny's smile was wide. "I told you we would." Grandfather stepped forward and introduced himself. "You must be the grandfather we've heard so much about," Matt said, as he shook hands with Mr. Alden. "And you two must be the adventurers I've been hearing so much about," Grandfather responded. "Are you staying here too?" "For the time being," Matt answered. "We rented a store in town. There's an apartment above it. We have some work to do on it before we can move in. As soon as everything's ready," Sky added, "we're getting married." Everyone except Barbara said congratulations. Sue Lee was thinking about their store. She pictured it in the center of town. Surely they couldn't launch balloons from there. "Where do you take off?" she asked. Sky seemed to know what she was thinking. She laughed. "We'd certainly stop traffic if we'd tried to launch a balloon in the middle of Main Street. The balloon port is just outside of town," Matt explained. "The store is our headquarters." "No matter where you launch them," Barbara said, "balloons will stop traffic." "That could be good for this old town," Mr. Alden said. "Put some life into it." Barbara shot him a disbelieving glance. "There's nothing wrong with this town," she said after a pause. She laughed nervously. "Oh dear, I didn't mean to snap at you. It's just that I don't understand why Sky and Matt chose Lloyd's Landing for their business." Matt smiled. "For the reason you said. There's nothing wrong with this town. It's a very charming town," Sky put in. "We looked all over before deciding to open our business here." "Yes, but with all the hills and forests, won't it be dangerous?" Barbara asked. "Ballooning is dangerous only when the pilot is untrained or takes risks," Matt answered. Balloonists enjoy beautiful scenery, Sky said. Lloyd's Landing has plenty of that. We're so far from the main highway, Barbara said. Wouldn't it be more profitable to locate closer to traffic? Sky laughed. If we wanted to make lots of money, she responded, we wouldn't be in the ballooning business. Barbara kept asking questions. Finally, Henry said, I read a newspaper article about this. Are the townspeople against the business coming to town? Barbara's face reddened. She picked up the coffee pot. Excuse me, she said. I'll get more coffee. And she hurried away. Have you been having trouble with the local people? Mr. Alden asked Matt. No trouble, really, Matt answered. They don't know anything about ballooning, so it makes them a little edgy? We bought the property, Scott said. It's ours. We have every right to be here. Barbara came in from the kitchen. Mr. Alden, there's a telephone call from you. For you, you can take it in the hallway. Grandfather sighed. I hope it's not the mill. But it was. I'm sorry, but I have to get back home, he said when he returned. I'm needed at the mill. The children tried to hide their disappointment, but it was difficult. Don't look so sad, Mr. Alden told them. I think we can work this out. Barbara said, the children are welcome to stay here. I'll keep an eye on them. They're very independent, Grandfather said. I'm sure they won't make any trouble. I'll be happy to have them, Barbara said. They'll be out at the port with us most of the time, Sky put in. We're on our way out there now. Would you like to ride along? She asked the children. Suddenly, Benny was no longer hungry. He set his plate on the table. Would we ever? Good thing it's settled, Mr. Alden said. He hugged each of his grandchildren. I'll pick you up on Sunday evening. Is everybody ready? Sky asked. They were. Well then, let's go. She headed for the door. The children followed. Oh, Benny, Grandfather said. Aren't you forgetting something? Benny cocked his head. Am I? He said. Your second helping of this delicious cinnamon bread. Oh, that's all right, Benny said. I've had enough. All right, so that's the end of that chapter. That's kind of a short chapter. Some things I thought were interesting in that chapter is the person who asked the too many questions from the title was Barbara, the innkeeper, and I really expected it to be one of the Aldens getting themselves into trouble asking too many questions. So I thought that was an interesting part, and I think that we're seeing some development here with the ballooning business and the town having some friction. Maybe that's where our mystery will come from. You know, with these books, we have a mystery coming. We just got to figure out where it's coming from. So keep listening and following along, making your predictions. I look forward to talking to you guys later today. I'm proud of all you guys. Can't wait to see you. Have a great Friday. Bye, guys.